I did not have a rich father. I tried 3 times for university. All failed. I applied for Harvard for 10 times. All failed. They don't even want to see me. For the last time, I went to the teachers' college, which was considered the 3rd or 4th class of my city. So I applied jobs for 30 times, got rejected. It was so difficult at that time. I was so frustrated.
This is the story of Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, now the richest man in China. From rejections to riches. He tried and failed several times, failed multiple exams, raised in poverty in communist China, was discouraged from pursuing his business dream. Investors never believed in his dream. Everything around him discouraged him. Yet, he persevered through all of these hardships until he eventually achieved success with Alibaba, now a leading e-commerce giant in the world. Jack Ma's life started with a simple upbringing. Born in 1964 in Hangzhou, located in the southeastern part of China. He has an older brother and a younger sister. He and his siblings grew up at a time when communist China was increasingly isolated from the West, and his family didn't have much money when they were young. His drive for self-improvement and acquiring new skills began early in his life. Jack Ma's life was marked by difficulties, beginning with his early academic struggles. He encountered disappointment twice in primary school and 3 times in middle school. After the US president visited Hangzhou in 1972, Ma's hometown became a tourist town. As a teenager, Ma started waking up early to visit the city's main hotel, offering visitors tours of the city in exchange for English lessons. And he put in relentless effort to become outstanding by developing strong desire to learn English and improve his language skills. He always practiced speaking with foreign visitors in a nearby park. After failing several exams, he finally passed on the 3rd try, going on to attend Hangzhou Teachers Institute. He graduated in 1988 and started applying to as many jobs as he could. He applied for more than 30 jobs and were all rejected. When KFC first opened in China, he applied for a job. However, only 23 out of 24 candidates were hired, leaving him without a position. When he applied for a job in the police department, he was also rejected. He submitted 10 applications to Harvard University, all of which were denied. But he became dissatisfied and turned to his English skills to launch his teaching career at a local university. He only made just $12 a month as a teacher during this time. As he continued his journey, he also attended the Cheongkong Graduate School of Business in Beijing to further his education, and soon started a translation business to help Chinese firms do business with the rest of the world. In 1995, during a trip to the United States for a government project related to highway construction, he encountered computers and the internet for the first time. Ma had no experience with computers or coding, but he was captivated by the internet when he used it for the first time and was shocked to see that China, home to over 1 billion people, was not connected to the internet. At that moment, he decided to found an internet company for China. He saw a potential to connect China with the rest of the world. Despite the challenges of the internet at that time, he launched China Pages, one of the first websites in the nation to promote Chinese goods online. That same day, a number of international businesses expressed interest in partnering with them via emails. And this alone inspired Jack and his team to recognize the amazing influence the internet can have on international trade and the potential for several small and medium-sized Chinese businesses to reach a global audience. After several struggles and discouragement to pursue the internet business idea, in 1999 he decided to launch his dream company Alibaba. He gathered 17 friends in his apartment and persuaded them to invest in him and his idea for an online marketplace he called Alibaba, a platform that would act as a middleman between sellers and buyers online. 6 of whom were women, none came from privileged backgrounds, prestigious universities, or famous companies. This was a team of regular people, bound together by Jack's energy and leadership style. They needed funds. Computers were scarce and expensive, and the internet was not cheap either. They requested support from investors, banks and international organizations, all to no avail. He traveled far places to convince investors to invest in his company, but no one believed in his vision. The vision of connecting businesses in China to the world through the internet was not an easy one for people to believe, and his company model was often criticized by many as unsustainable, unrealistic and unproductive. Despite many uncertainties and difficulties, Jack and his team managed to stay consistent, organized, and resilient throughout this period. They kept adding value and innovation and gradually started winning over people's confidence in the business, particularly with regard to the online payment systems. Eventually, the service started to attract members from all over the world. By October 1999, the business had raised $20 million from SoftBank, a Japanese telecom firm that also makes investments in technology businesses, and $5 million from Goldman Sachs. The company opened new international branches and they continued offering services in their business, kept connecting customers to businesses and gaining trust all over the world. They kept growing without making profit for several years until they persisted in strengthening their position in the international market and became a dominant force. "We will make it because we are young and we will never give up," Jack told his team, demonstrating the team's tenacity and willpower. In 2005, Yahoo saw its potential and invested $1 billion in Alibaba in exchange for about a 40% stake in the company. This was huge for Alibaba at the time it was trying to beat eBay in China, and it eventually became an enormous win for Alibaba and Jack Ma's team. Since then, Alibaba has continued to thrive as a leading e-commerce giant globally. Despite lacking any programming or coding experience, Jack Ma managed vast e-commerce networks with efficiency. Jack Ma became the driving force behind one of the world's largest e-commerce networks, which expanded globally. Today, Alibaba stands as a prominent e-commerce giant, second only to Walmart. In China today, Jack Ma officially holds the title of the richest individual, with a net worth of $25 billion. He possesses a 7.8% share in Alibaba and a 50% stake in Alipay. Astonishingly, Alibaba's value surpasses that of Facebook, and the combined volume of goods traded through Alibaba exceeds that of Amazon and eBay. Jack Ma is not only a billionaire today, but also a philanthropist helping others to grow. In essence, Jack Ma's life story teaches us the importance of perseverance, self-confidence, and the ability to turn setbacks into opportunities. His remarkable journey reminds us that even an ordinary individual can achieve extraordinary success. Just never give up.